such a scary division. It's like you can't run from them.
Right, they're still fast.
And they can kill you in one hit.
This is definitely the super athlete division.
Yeah.
Your third man in the cage, Mr. Anthony Bowie.
What's he going to do about that?
I mean, you see that ponytail, right? I don't want to get in between.
No, Anthony Bowie is a scary dude, actually. He's a super legit martial artist.
Avery Jones starts off with a nice 1-2.
Melendez framing, keeping his balance and his posture, but not really committing to any answer back.
When you're a really tall guy like 6'3", and your stance makes you 6 foot even, I get a little. That's a red flag for me.
Yeah, he's going for a wide stance. He's shaking his head, which definitely means that you got me. Whenever a fighter shakes their head, just to say, no, you didn't get me, you did, in fact, get me.
Avery just no-sells that outside kick. Same here.
He's opting for speed. He's kind of just popping the hip instead of turning it over. He's not pivoting his base foot. He's opting for speed on those low kicks. Not about like a Kyokushin-style low kick. That's how Anthony Bowie's going to take charge of that.
Scream at these kids.
He's not going to physically move them.
Avery Jones comes down the pipe there with a nice cross, catching Melendez clean on the jaw.
Yeah, Avery Jones is pushing the action and initiating the exchanges through pretty good footwork and distance management.
So far, he's not leaving Melendez in the dust, though. They are trading, in my opinion, with equity.
Yeah, Melendez is got to find a way to hurt Avery Jones.
I agree. He's got to earn some respect.
He's a little tentative, I think.
Avery just looks like he would be tough to hurt.
Well, if you look at the body language of Avery Jones, it looks like he's holding back from what he wants to do.
Step in with that knee big time to the body. Got a little bit on the guard, but
back kick.
He found that one. He found that one, but it wasn't with power. He just barely spaced it.
Good left hook.
Now that's the kind of shot he needed right there.
Good straight right to bring the guard in tight, and then a left hook around the outside from Melendez. Very good combination.
He has been walked backwards a good bit so far tonight, but he's starting to find his way back into this one as this round ends.
Yeah, Avery Jones does a good job of extending his punches and getting a lot of distance out of those.
Well, he's not just physically taller by 1 inch. He's also fighting taller.
Yeah,
he's fighting more like a tall guy.
Looks like he has a long reach too. The arms look
100%.
longish. Melendez taking some big, deep, labored breaths. Listening intently to his corner. And Avery Jones looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
He looks like, oh, okay.
He's making the not bad face.
Yeah. Avery Jones definitely looks a little fresher.
I wonder what Bowie just warned Avery about.
There was some talk about the kicks. They said in the back they didn't want any kicks below the knee. They want kicks to the thigh.
Think he did kick one.
He was talking about the kicks to the knee, round kicks to the knee. There's no linear kicks allowed to the legs at all. And they've asked for our low kicks to be to the thigh. Good straight right.
That was a big, nice straight right too. Right down the pipe, nice and crispy.
He's doing a good job with his two-punch combinations in that he's kind of throwing the first punch away and moving the guard of Avery Jones around in order to land another punch.
I think a lot of gyms do the tit for tat style drilling, 2 for you, 3 for me style drilling, and it creates a certain pattern in fights that I noticed where guys will have a nice 1-2 or a nice 2-3, and then they just kind of sit there and wait. They just kind of wait for the next thing to happen.
It hardwires the sort of like agreement.
Yeah, an unspoken agreement. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's definitely true in amateurs, and even pros when they first start out will still have that left over from their training days as amateurs.
Yeah, and some guys get in there and you can just tell immediately they don't spar like that. They know they're in a fight.
Right.
They know that they are in a fight.
Avery Jones doing a very mature thing. He felt like he ate a low blow, but he didn't stop fighting. He sort of tried to indicate to Anthony Bowie that he thought he got hit low.
I mean, what's your opinion on how these guys are conducting themselves so far as debuts? Because in my mind, this is a nice technical battle for debuts.
It's much more composed and technical, and Avery Jones is being patient, but I just feel from his body language, I was getting at earlier, I just feel like he wants to go crazy.
Maybe he's the guy who they have to
They have to tell him.
Yeah.
And again, I'm guessing, I mean no disrespect if I'm assuming too many things. His body language just feels like he's like, I want to go, but coach wants me to chill a little.
Yeah, I agree. He does look like he's like, he'll land a shot and it's like he wants to jump in, but he doesn't.
He's being very patient. He's picking his shots and he's managed his gas tank very well, especially for being able to do that big and that powerful, throwing that much power to his shot. We heard
big shot up there, man.
Humongous left knee up the middle.
To the diaphragm.
Buried it.
Buried it. Up top too. Not in the breadbasket, not low. The high, middle, lower chest, but right where the diaphragm is.
When you get that bubble caught in there and you think you're dying.
That'll suck the air right out of you. A shot like that.
You just ate a chicken finger too fast. And you're like, am I dying because of a chicken finger?
Is this how I go out?
He did that to him, but from the outside.
True. That was like it looked like he was kicking a field goal in the Super Bowl.
He put every bit of butt that he had into it. Golly, that was a hellacious knee.
Definitely the biggest shot I've seen him land in that round.
He threw the knee like, it's the end of class and we're putting you on the pad and saying, just hit it as hard as you can.
Burnout.
Yeah, like you're
style.
not setting it up. Just how hard can you? You're on a power cube. How hard can you knee?
Well, it's like we were talking about how he seemed like he was holding back, and it's like that's the time to jump in. Is when you got 10 seconds left in the round. Burn it all.
He went nuts. The 10-second clapper came off, and he poured on the gas.
And that might be the game plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Kelly Anderson had a nice little game plan like that. Those bigger guys, the guys that tire out when they start swinging big like that, you have to be a little conservative.
You have to put managing the gas tank as an intentional part of your game plan. Yeah, a very measured and patient approach from Avery Johnson. He has to know that he's a good bit ahead.
He does.
He gave him the shimmy. He poked the lip out of him and gave him a little shimmy.
I'll assume that he does based on that.
Bowie talking to him about the calf kick.
They're still hating him. They're still hating on the calf kick.
Yeah.
Good stuff by Melendez. Blocks that knee barely. Doesn't block this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are hard knees. That one was dangerously close to being low.
Good upper body clinching though from instantly you're getting separated for that. But if you want to get separated, not a bad move to go for.
Yeah, throw the leg around there like you're trying to trip him. Melendez, you're right about the upper body clinching. He's doing a good job, especially when the guy's clearly bigger and stronger. He's doing a good job managing it.
It's foot sweep month at Hometown Martial Arts, so we're just talking about this, but when people are standing taller, their legs weigh less. And when their legs are closer together and they're standing really tall, they're easy to turn and move around.
Right.
And he was really upright.
Melendez has done a good job staying relatively safe in the clinch, minus a couple of big knees. It's those crashing in combinations that maybe Jones.
You can just tell they got a cage at Battleborn, those cage walls that they work, because as soon as any of their fighters get in the cage wall, they all do the same things. They all go to the same position with their hands, with their head, and then immediately fire in a big knee up the middle.
Yeah, you can tell they've drilled that. Oh, no. Avery Jones talked to him. He says, you don't want to be here. I don't.
10 seconds. Big brother punch.
Yeah, just shoved him. Tells him, you don't want to be here, and shoves him into the cage wall with disdain. Avery Jones has to be fairly confident that he did enough to win that fight.
Oh, of course he did, yeah. It's pretty much as one-sided as your guys' fight, in my opinion. I think Melendez had moments of success, just like I thought Vassalero had some moments of success. But if you talk about round by round, I cannot see any other decision but Avery Jones.
Yeah, it's very rare. Even when we see clear-cut decisions at Fight 4, it's rarely ever a blowout. Like the other guy was like a hair behind the whole time.
Absolutely.
Doing just.
And he was never close to being finished either.
And it's the type of performance where you say if Melendez fights any other dude, like any other dude, and does that well, it's a totally different story.
I agree.
Today, it was Avery Jones.
The right guy from the right gym at the right time with the right build. That's all it takes.
know about this view. I can't see anything.
You just gotta get lower. The lower man always wins.
They put all this stuff in my way.
With your winner, fighting out of the red corner, it's Avery Jones.